students. So we're going to discuss in the previous class because we are just going to have your examinations on Monday, on Friday, okay? And we're going to you are very much familiar that with the syllabus that in acid, bases, and salts, only acid-based topic is coming in the examination in the first test, okay, from the chemistry, and in the okay, and from complete only chemical properties of metals and non-metals means before metallurgy, metals and non-metal is coming, chemical and physical properties of metals and non-metals. Okay, so chemical and ionic compounds. Okay, chemical and physical properties of metals and non-metals is coming in examinations. Okay, and this is okay, and the third one, in biology we are going to have control and coordination, whole control and coordination chapter. So just discussing the, because we're not wasting the time. So this portion is very important. Acid base, okay, most of the properties are generally similar. Okay, so we are just going to discuss the very important part of this chapter today from both of them that we're going to discuss. Okay, so acid, bases, and salts, and the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Okay, so we are going to discuss that. Okay, so dear students, first of all, let me explain you that what type of question is being means from which portion in your examination. Generally, the question is being asked. Okay, first of all, in chemical properties, generally the reactions of acids with metals. Okay, acid reaction with metals. Okay, and acid reaction with carbonate. Metal carbonate. Okay, this is very important part that is being asked in examinations. Okay, so we will discuss this acid when react with metals, catalyst when react with metals carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate. Metal hydrogen carbonate. Okay, and from acid base, sorry, from, if I ask you from metals and non-metals, the properties of metals, chemical properties of metals when react with acids, and metals when react with base. Okay, and metals when react with water. These are very important chemical properties. Metals when react with acids, metals when react with base, metals when react with water. This is very importantly asked. Yes, these are the very important portion that will be asked. And the second one is the ionic property, ionic compounds, the properties of ionic compound, that is very importantly asked. So let's discuss each and every topics very clearly here, so that you can understand more betterly each and every topic. Okay, so
what
this
about
class we're going to discuss first. Yes, metal oxides also, but I'm just writing here only the important portions. I'm just writing only the important portions. Okay, not it, only the important portion. I'm not saying there are the other topics also there. Like for example, pH. So many questions are being asked on the pH of the solutions. Okay, so many questions is being asked on the physical properties of acid, that acids are sour in taste. Okay, on the okay, so this is so many questions is being asked. Okay, and lastly, the acids when react with base for the formation of salts. Acids when react with base for the formations of salt. This is also being asked. So let's discuss each and every properties, okay, so that you can understand more betterly. So for example, if I'm saying acids, so if I'm saying acids, you are very much familiar that acids are those substances that dissociate H plus ions in the aqueous solutions. Okay, so if I'm saying what are acids, acids are those substances when they are added to water, they generally gives H plus ions. Okay, they generally give the H plus ion, they are called acids. Okay, no one is going to ask you the definition of the acid in the examination. They're going to ask you the reactions. If metal X when react with this, so X, Y, Z wale questions, that is means it is being asked so many times in examinations. Okay, so everyone need to keep in mind here that we need to, if we are able to memorize this general property that acids when react with metals, it gives you salt plus hydrogen gas. Okay, this property is also common for the metals also. This
Yeah. So
property is.
in the examination, sir, can I ask a question?
Yeah, yeah, you can.
Yeah. Once this one in the examination, will they ask what? Like you said that they will ask the exact XYZ question. Like we had to find out what chemical
What the
it is.
product?
So this one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What's the product?
Yeah, yeah. So I will. We
So
will. So what
so
type of
like
question they are going?
which one are they asking? Like which one will they ask?
Yeah, yeah. So we are
Which one
going
should
to discuss. Yeah, yeah.
ah
So we are going to discuss that questions also. First, study the general properties. Okay, then we're going to
okay.
discuss also. We're going to discuss the questions also. Okay. So if I'm saying this acids, for example, if the acid is HCl, generally it asks question HCl. If the acid is H2SO4, okay, these are the two most important acids. And the metals here will be either zinc, either metals can be sodium or potassium, sodium, magnesium and calcium. These are the four most commonly asked metals when they are reacting with acids. Okay, a metal X, it can be a zinc, sodium, and most commonly asked metal is this. Okay, iron will not come here. Okay, lead will not come here. Okay, only these metals will be there. Okay, if the metals is copper or some other, then they're not going to react with it. So the most commonly acid will be either HCl, H2SO4, or it can be CH3COOH. These acids are very important. The three acids, they can react with any of the metals. So it will give you salt accordingly, and plus hydrogen gas will be produced. Okay. So let, for example, if I'm writing this HCl when react with zinc, it will give you zinc chloride, ZnCl2, plus hydrogen gas. And why I'm writing the formula of zinc is zinc chloride as ZnCl2? Why not writing it ZnCl? So this is the way that we cannot write anything like ZnCl, because you know that in a chemical compound, this is a compound, and compound elements are combined together in a fixed ratio by mass. So you cannot say that water can be H2O. If you write something HO, no HO3, you cannot write like this. The correct formula is H2O. You have to write it accordingly. So the correct formula for zinc chloride is ZnCl2, not ZnCl. So we can do this one by balancing this. This two hydrogen, fluorine, now it is balanced. Okay, so this is the way that how can you write it. The valency of zinc is 2 and that of fluoride ion is 1. So when you cross multiply, Zn is 2 and Cl1. When you cross multiply, you will get ZnCl2. So here, how it comes ZnCl2. Okay, now if you are having H2SO4, when it react with sodium, it will give you sodium sulfate, Na2SO4 plus hydrogen gas. Again, the formula of Na2SO4, here it is. Okay. Na2SO4, the correct formula is this one. And the very importantly asks is CH3COH. So if the acid is CH3COH, this is acetic acid. Acetic acid, because it is an exception. When it reacts with sodium, in case of acetic acid, the most probably this sodium will come. No other metal will be, it will be only sodium. Most of the 99% is sure that the metal will be sodium. So you need to write the correct formula for this. This one is CH3COONA plus hydrogen gas. This is called sodium ethanoate. Okay. Sodium ethanoate. So please note this equation for note it fast. Then I'm going to discuss. Note this one.
Done, sir.
You can't see the screen. Okay, wait a minute. We will be able to see the screen. Wait a minute. Is the screen is visible to you now? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Now moving to the next part is done. Everybody done? Yes, sir. So
Yes, sir.
here is an exception that the questions means every time when there is a question in the exception in the chemistry, so we will simply when the question is being asked from the exceptions also. Okay, so you know that here the acids here it's a type of displacement reaction means more reactive element is displacing the less reactive elements. Okay, hydrogen is being means you have learned this one in the reactivity series that the more reactive element displaces the less reactive element. So it is a type of displacement reaction, and this displacement reaction, zinc is displacing the hydrogen from the acids. Sodium is displacing the hydrogen from the this one. Okay, here the sodium is also displacing this hydrogen. Okay, so hydrogen is being displaced by the metals that is more reactive, that is above the hydrogen in the reactivity series that we have discussed. We can write it again that these metals that like potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, tin, lead, hydrogen. Only these metals are above the hydrogen. They can able to displace the hydrogen gas. Okay, those metals that comes below hydrogens, they are not able to react with it. So if I'm saying this is copper when react with dilute HCl, no reaction will take place. No reaction. Got it? No reactions. I said do not react with low reactive metals to produce hydrogen gas because here the copper is less reactive. Less reactive. Okay. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you need to keep in mind that here is an exception for the acids also. If I'm saying that metals when react with acid, it's salt plus hydrogen gas. But if you keep like if you are having zinc when react with HNO3, if it is reacting with H2SO4, it will give you ZnSO4 plus hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas. But if zinc, the same zinc is reacting with HNO3, that is nitric acid, it is very strong acid. Okay, no hydrogen gas will be produced. Water will be produced. Zinc when react with HNO3, it will give you zinc nitrate plus NO2 plus H2O. No hydrogen gas will be produced. Why hydrogen gas is not produced? Why it is water form? Because HNO3 is strong oxidizing agent. It is strong oxidizing agent. Strong oxidizing agent. It oxidize hydrogen gas to form water. But there are two elements. That is magnesium and manganese that can, what they can do? They can still produce the hydrogen gas. So there is an exception. If there is magnesium or manganese, if they are reacting with HNO3, if they are reacting with magnesium or manganese, if they are reacting with HNO3, they can produce magnesium nitrate, manganese nitrate, MnO3 whole thrice. If it is manganese, then this salt will be formed. If it is magnesium, then MgNO3 whole twice, magnesium nitrate plus hydrogen gas will be formed. So these are the two metals that can react with HNO3 that can produce magnesium or manganese nitrate and hydrogen gas can be produced. So note it down, this is an important thing. So except HNO3, almost all acids can react with metals that are above the hydrogens in the reactivity series and can produce hydrogen. Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Note it down. Done, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Done, sir.
So that manganese nitrate 3 and then whole bracket 3.
Yes, Mn. This is Mn. NO3 whole price, because the valency of Mn is 3.
Okay, sir.
The valency of magnesium nitrate is 3. Okay.
Done, sir.
Done. Okay. Let's move further. So if I'm saying that next property is magnesium, when acid react with metal carbonate is an important. Acids when react with metal carbonates, it will gives you salt plus water plus carbon dioxide gas. Okay, you know that if it is metal carbonate is carbonate CO3 group. Okay, so if I'm having H2CO4, when it react with metal carbonate, that is let it reacting with sodium carbonate Na2CO3. And if you are not able to write the formula of sodium carbonate, then you need to memorize the valency. The valency, the sodium is going to have one valency here, and carbonate is going to have 2 valency. So you cross multiply, you will get Na2CO3. And what you will get here? Tell me. What salt will be obtained?
Na2SO4.
Yes, Jaslin, we will do it. We will do it. Okay. Na2SO4. Yes. Na2SO4. Okay. Then
Plus
H2O
H2O
plus
plus
CO.
CO2.
Okay. So this is the thing that acids, they produce carbon dioxide. Okay. And sometimes it is the test for the carbon dioxide gases, that when carbon dioxide gas is passed through lime water, that is calcium hydroxide, this is lime water, it get calcium carbonate, that is solid, and plus water is formed. Okay. So here we can say that this is insoluble, white insoluble particle is formed. White PPT. Precipitate means something that is insoluble in water is formed. So when there's some particle that is white in color, that they are formed, and it will gives you the white color, and it will gives you the white color to the solutions. You got it? So it turns milky. So we can say that lime water turns milky when carbon dioxide is passed through it. Okay. So it is a test that lime waters. So many times a compound X carbonate metals, when lime water is passed through it, it turns milky, produces a gas XYZ. So many types of questions will be asked in the examination. So you need to keep in mind that when carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, it turns it milky. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So note it down. Lime water turns milky when CO2 is passed through it. Passed through it. Okay. Okay, fast.
Done, sir. Done, sir.
Wait, sir, wait.
Okay.
Done, sir.
Is there anyone still writing? Okay.
One.
So
I'm not done.
not done. So note it down first. Not this one first.
Done, sir.
Yeah. Okay, Jasmine, you were saying for the previous slide. So here is the previous slide. Okay. Copy this one. Copy this one.
Done, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So dear student, please to have a look on these questions. That is from your NCRT. That which gas is usually liberated when acid react with metals? Okay, and you state an example and how will you test the presence of this gas? So how will you test this gas? Which gas is produced first? Let me know.
Hydrogen gas.
Which gas is
Hydrogen
produced
gas.
first? Hydrogen gas is produced, and how will you test it?
With a candle.
Yes, when this gas is passed through a soap solution, then the bubbles that comes,
It makes
okay,
a pop
the
sound.
bubbles that will produce, yes, they are not filled with air, they are filled with hydrogen. So these hydrogen bubbles and comes into contact with the burning candles, so they produce pop sound. Okay. So the keyword for this whole answer for the test of hydrogen is pop sound. So you underline the pop sound, you will get the full marks. Okay. Got
Yes,
it?
sir.
Yes, sir.
The teacher will check whether you are writing pop sound or not. Okay. So next question number 3. Metal A react with dilute hydrochloric acid and produce an effervescence. Metal A, metal compound, a metal compound, it's not metal. It can be a metal compound. So it can be a metal carbonate, it can be metal hydrogen carbonate, it may be metal oxide, something. Okay. So metal compound means metal plus something. React with dilute hydrochloric acid to produce effervescence. Effervescence is spontaneous production of any gas. And whenever it is said effervescence, most of the time it means it is talking about the carbon dioxide gas. Okay, got it? So what is
Yes, sir.
effervescence? Effervescence means faster or spontaneous production of any gas. A gas evolved can extinguish the candle. So which gas can extinguish the burning candle? Carbon dioxide.
Calcium carbonate.
Write the balanced chemical equation for the one if one of the compound formed is calcium chloride. So if the one of the compound is formed calcium chloride, so what can be if the salt is formed calcium chloride? So here is metal carbonate, we don't know, but it is HCl. When it react, it forms calcium chloride plus H2O plus carbon dioxide. So which
Carbonate.
it will be calcium carbonate. Very good. Okay, got it? That will be
Yes,
calcium
sir.
carbonate. Now moving to the next question, similar type of questions. Let's check some important questions from the NCRT. Okay, here it is. Question number 2, which is the correct answer? Question number 2.
HCl.
A gas which react with crushed eggs, a solution react with crushed egg shell to gives a gas. It is acid because others are not acids. Okay. And crushed egg is calcium carbonate. Okay. So the question from the same topic that we are studying, and this is 10 ml of solution of NaOH is found completely neutralize the 8 ml HCl solutions. If we take 20 ml of the same solution of NaOH, then what the amount of HCl of same concentration will be required? Tell me. Which option is correct? Question number 3.
16 ml.
So 16 ml. For 10 ml, we need 8. So for 20, we need 16. 20 by 2.
Yes, 16.
16 ml. Okay. Okay. So let's do the important question from the example. Okay, when zinc is metal is treated with dilute solution of strong acids, a gas is evolved which is utilized for the hydrogenation of oil. Name the gas evolved and write the chemical equation involved and write the test to detect the gas form. What should be your answer?
Sir, can you show the
It
question?
reacts with hydrochloric acid. Gas
Zinc
involved
metals when react with dilute solution of strong acids. It can be hydrochloric acid, yes. The gas involved is,
or H2 gas.
yes, this will be H2 gas. Zinc is reacting with any gas, any strong acid like HCl acids. Okay? It can be HCl acid or something else. So if zinc is reacting with HCl, it will give you ZnCl2 plus hydrogen gas. And the test that when it is passed through soap solution, the bubbles and comes in the contact with the burning candles, produce pop sound. Okay,
Sir,
got it? Yes.
so for the question number 42, we can also write sulfuric acid, right? Just
Yes, you can write the sulfuric acid. Yes, you can write sulfuric acid also. Okay. Okay. So let's move further, dear students. What happened when nitric acid is, that question is what happened when nitric acid is added to eggshells? Nitric acid is added to eggshells. And we have what happens when nitric acid is added to eggshells.
hydrogen gas is released.
Eggshells, hydrogen gas is produced. Other students?
Sir, how?
No, I'm asking that hydrogen gas is produced, how it is produced. Do you think that hydrogen gas produced or some other gas produced? What is eggshells? Eggshell is calcium carbonate, CaCO3.
Carbon dioxide produce?
Yes, carbon dioxide is produced.
Water
So
is
this
also
yes, it
H2.
is CaCO3. And don't think that only,
Sir, I have a question.
yes.
Do we like okay, say, do we have to remember the chemicals? What the colors?
No,
Like
no,
what they
no.
look like? Because they ask us to find what like they describe this thing, right? They describe how the solution is, right? So then we have to.
Yeah, for some cases, for example, that I have taught you this one
So which one should
previously,
we do?
like the lime water reactions with carbon dioxide. Okay, it does milky. Okay, so the copy, if you are maintaining the notes, no, I promise, I guarantee that no such question will comes out of your. We are teaching you each and everything. Okay, the teachers cannot give you out of this. Just maintain our notes properly. Okay, from there you are going to get the questions. Okay, that is more than enough. Okay, so that I'm saying you that not everyone we are going to write. You cannot learn the whole thing. Some substance like when carbon dioxide is passed through lime solution, it turns milky. Okay, like eggshells. What is eggshells? So most commonly it is being asked eggshells. So you must know what is the formula for the eggshells. The formula for eggshell is calcium carbonate. So when it react with this is acid, this is metal. So it will be calcium nitrate, CaNO3 whole twice plus water plus carbon dioxide gas will be produced because it is acids and this is metal carbonate. So acid when react with metal carbonate, it will form salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. Okay, got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
So this type of question
Yes.
will be asked. So what would happen when nitric acid react with this one? Okay. Name the acid present in the antacid and give its formula. What is name the acids that is present in antacid. So note it down in the rough that CH3COH is the formula and this is called formic acid. Formic acid or methanoic acid. It is the common name. And the IUPAC name for this one is methanoic acid. Methanoic acid. Okay, got it? Note this one. Note this one.
Noted, sir.
Every other students noted.
Yes,
Done,
sir.
sir.
Done. Okay. Let's discuss the acids, reaction of acids with reactions of acids. Acids when react with bases, they form salt plus hydrogen gas. Salt plus hydrogen gas. Okay. And you are very much familiar. Not the base can be only NaOH. No, you cannot say the base can be NaOH. It can be NaOH, it can be KOH, it can be magnesium hydroxide. Okay, it can be calcium hydroxide. Except these are the normal bases. Okay. Instead of this, there are some metal oxide also, like Na2O, CaO. Okay. We can say that MgO, magnesium oxide. These are
Sir?
also basic in nature. Yes.
So acid plus base equal to salt plus water, right?
Sorry.
H2O.
Hydrogen gas. Yeah? H2. H2. Okay, this is H2. So
Yes, sir.
instead of metals, instead of proper base, metal oxide also act as base. Sometimes it can be written as calcium oxide. So acids like H2SO4 when react with calcium oxide, so what it forms? So it is also base. Metal oxides are also basic in nature. So it will form calcium sulfate plus water. Got it? Got it? And if it is H2SO4, when react with calcium hydroxide, it will form same calcium sulfate plus water. So if it is base or metal oxides, generally, if it is base or metal oxides, because metal oxides are also basically metal oxides. Okay, so it will give you salt plus water. Got it?
Yes,
Got
sir.
it? Now, sometimes in the question, it is being asked if it is being given to you that what are the parent acid of okay, and sometimes it is being asked that what are the weak acid and what are the strong acids, and parent acid and base names is also and what are acid and base? Means, for example, if I'm saying when some acids and some base react together, they form salt plus water. This time I'm writing here, the salt is ammonium chloride, and here water is formed. So what is that base and what is that acids that are reacting together? They are forming this salt. So for this, you need to know that how if ammonium chloride break, how it will break. So ammonium chloride break NH4 positive and Cl minus ion. Okay. So you know this water also break H positive and OH minus ion. This is negative, give the H to this one. And this is positive, NH4 is positive. NH4 positive is the ammonium ion. Is the ammonium ion, NH4 positive. Then give the OH to this one. And then write the valency accordingly. This is ammonium valency 1, OH ion valency 1. They will join together, they will form NH4OH. Here similarly, this is H and Cl. H is going to have valency 1, Cl is also going to have valency 1. They when they join together, they form HCl. HCl. This is ammonium, sorry, base is ammonium hydroxide. And this one is HCl, hydrochloric acid. Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
So if I'm having this another salt, that is calcium phosphate, Ca3PO4 whole twice. What is the parent acid of this one? Parent acid and base of this calcium phosphate. Parent acid and base. So when you split calcium phosphate, how will it split? How will it get
Calcium
split?
oxide, calcium hydroxide
This is calcium hydroxide and
plus
Sodium.
KOH. No,
POH.
no.
Then again, you will say that don't write 3 and 2 here. But right whenever it writes, you have to write it calcium
Calcium,
C2 positive and PO4 minus 2. sorry, -3. PO4 ion is that you need to memorize the valency correctly, okay? Or otherwise you will not be able to solve it. Got it? So if you are having this calcium and this is phosphate, so this is positive, so give the hydroxide to it, to this one. This is 2 positive, give the hydroxide to this one. And this is PO4, PO4
Hydrogen
-3,
phosphate.
then give H plus to this one. Yes, hydrogen phosphate. Now write the formula according to this. Don't write CaOH. Write the formula according to it. This is 2 valency, this is 1. Correct formula for this one will be calcium hydroxide. And the correct formula for this one will be
H3PO4.
H3PO4, because this is going to have 1 valency, it is going to have 3 valency, cross multiply H3PO4. This is phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid. Okay, got it?
Yes.
Got it? So please make a rough note of this one.
Done, sir.
Now moving to the next point is let's solve the other questions here related to this topic. Same topic. Let's have a look on this one. Okay, this is the question. This is ammonium chloride. The formula for ammonium chloride is NH4Cl. So if the base is NH4OH, what is the acid for this one?
HCl.
This is HCl. Okay. Now this is copper sulfate. So first of all, what is the formula of copper sulfate? Write it here. And what should be the base here? So that it react.
Copper hydroxide.
CuOH.
Copper hydroxide. Okay. This is copper sulfate and copper hydroxide. Yes, this is copper hydroxide will be the, and copper sulfate formula is CuSO4. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Got it? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
So if I'm saying that, let me take this question on the PPT. So if I'm having this copper sulfate here, okay, so this will be CuOH whole twice. And this is the formula, sorry, copper sulfate, CuSO4 plus here will be copper hydroxide. But it can be copper oxide also, because metal oxides are basic in nature. So you can write Cu2O also, or CuO, copper oxide also. Okay, so copper oxide when react with this one, it will also give you the same thing. Okay, because it is also basic in nature. Because generally the hydroxide is generally formed by 4 metals. Generally, hydroxide, like this is calcium hydroxide is formed, magnesium hydroxide is formed. Okay. But you cannot say that iron hydroxide is formed. No, iron hydroxide does not form, because only the 4 metals, when they react with 4 metals, like I'm saying, metals when react with water, they form metal hydroxide. The property, they form metal hydroxide or metal oxide. Both are basic in nature. Metal oxide plus hydrogen gas. But here the hydroxide is formed by potassium, sodium, calcium, and magnesium. The other metals like aluminium, iron, zinc, they form what they form? They form only oxides. They form only oxides. Got it? Got it?
Yes.
So they form,
Yes, sir.
so they form only oxides. So if I'm saying that instead of copper, if I'm writing copper hydroxide, the copper hydroxide is generally not formed. So if I'm writing copper oxide, then it will be okay. Okay, if I'm writing copper oxide, then it will be okay. Got it? So moving back. So here, tell me. And this will be HCl. Here, tell me what should be the answer for this question.
NaCl. Okay.
NaCl is here.
Acid is
HCl. HCl.
This one. This one, magnesium nitrate. Which base will be used? You know that magnesium hydroxide is formed. So you can write magnesium hydroxide. If it is potassium sulfate is with this potassium sulfate. Potassium hydroxide is also formed. Calcium nitrate, the acid will be, if nitrate, this will be HNO3, sorry. Got it? And here it is sulfate is being asked. So sulfate is group we get from H2SO4. You got it?
yes, sir.
Yes.
So that is simple and easy. I hope so. You understood. Okay. But sometimes it is being asked that which are strong acid, which are weak acids in this one. Okay. And is it a acidic salt? Is it a basic salt? Okay. So there are only 2 strong base and 3 strong acids. Other are weak. Other are weak. Like I am explaining you here. Not only these one that I am going to explain you here. There are only 2 strong base. Strong base are NaOH, and KOH. And strong acid, 3 strong acids generally, strong acids. And they are HCl, HNO3, and H2SO4. Other are weak. Okay. Whether it's a phosphoric acid, whether it's something other. Okay. They are weak acids. So if these 2 are reacting, they will form a neutral salt. They will form a neutral salt. And if a strong base is reacting with an acid which is not present here, so it will be a basic salt. And if a strong acid is reacting with a base which is not present here, means if it is, it means it is reacting with a weak base, because these are those strong base. So strong acid will react with weak base, it will form a acidic salt. Let me explain you. Strong acids plus strong base, neutral salt plus water. Strong acid plus weak base gives you what?
Acidic salt.
Acidic salt.
Is that salt? Okay. Then if weak acid and strong base gives you basic salt.
Basic
And
salt.
weak acid and weak base gives you basic salt.
Neutral.
Sorry, neutral salt. Neutral salt. So if I ask you the same question, that predict which one is acidic, which one is basic salt. Okay, let you predict and you let you help me. Is it an acidic salt or a basic salt?
Acidic salt.
Acidic salt.
Salt.
Acidic salts. Acidic salts, yes, because this is strong acid, but there is not a strong base. Why? Because it is not NaOH or neither it is KOH. Okay, so this is acidic salt. This one, copper sulfate.
Acidic salt.
Acidic salt.
Acidic salt. This one, NaCl.
Acidic salt.
Neutral salt.
Neutral. Now this is the base is NaOH.
Oh, sorry. Neutral.
And HCl is strong. So from that, okay, so this is a neutral salt. This one,
Acidic salt.
So
acidic salt. Acidic salt. Why? Because there is no NaOH or KOH. HNO3 is the strong acid. This one
Basic
Neutral
salt.
salt.
This
Oh,
is neutral salt
neutral.
because KOH and H2SO4 are strong, both are strong. And this one?
Acidic salt.
Acidic salt.
This one is acidic salt. Okay. Now write down a special thing that is being asked in the examinations. I'm not going to explain you more because I have explained this one previously many times. Write down the nature of calcium phosphate, Ca3PO4, whole twice. This is calcium phosphate. Calcium phosphate. Okay. It is a basic salt. It is a basic salt. Okay. So if someone asks you the calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate, CaCO3, because it is neither coming from calcium hydroxide, means the salt is not from NaOH or KOH, and it is not neither from H2SO4 like HCl something, but still it is a basic salts. Both are the basic salts. Calcium phosphate, calcium carbonate is basic salts. Copy this one. Copy this one.
done, sir.
No, sir. Then, sir.
Done.
I'm sorry, you are lagging.
My voice is lagging.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Further we have done. Okay. Let's do, dear student, let's do the important, that is metals reaction with water. Metals reaction with water. Metals when react with water, they react in different manners. Okay. So many questions being asked on this topic. Metals reaction. Metals when react with water, they form salt plus hydrogen gas. But there are some conditions for them. Examples, metals. Let I'm taking the example, for example. Sodium or potassium. When react with water, they will form KOH, potassium hydroxide. So metal when react with water, they will not form salt and metal oxide. KOH or NaOH plus hydrogen gas. And even sodium and potassium can react with chilled water. Chilled water. Chilled water. It can react with means ice, cold water, steam, everyone. Means if it is H2O, it can react with at any temperature. This is calcium. Calcium when react with water, then the water should be, it will be calcium hydroxide form plus hydrogen gas, and it will react with cold water. Okay, now this is calcium. After calcium is magnesium. Magnesium when react with hot water, so it will give you magnesium hydroxide plus water plus hydrogen gas react with hot water. Next one is iron. No, zinc and aluminium. Zinc and aluminium when react with water, the water should be in steam, gas. Okay, this is liquid. This is liquid water. Okay, it can react with liquid or ice, solid. Okay, liquid or solid. Means it can react with ice also. Okay, so if it is zinc, then from zinc oxide. Now the hydroxide is not formed. If it is aluminium, from Al2O3 plus hydrogen gas. The next one is after the aluminium is iron, Fe. Fe when react with water, then it should be gas and it should be red hot, and it will give you Fe3O4 plus hydrogen gas. Got it? Put it down. Done?
Yes, sir.
Should I move further?
Done, sir.
Okay. So many questions is being asked that calcium reaction with water. Calcium float on the surface of water. Calcium react. So reaction is being such like that. That sometimes you know that hydrogens, sodium when react with water, it produce hydrogen gas. But the reaction is so exothermic that the gas produced here, okay, is means it get burns with the heat that is being produced. So if I'm saying that in case of sodium and potassium, if we want to collect this hydrogen gas is produced, but it catches fire. Why? Because the reaction is so violent that it react, the heat liberated out during this reaction led the hydrogen gas to catch fire. Okay. So this is so exothermic reaction that the hydrogen gas produced, it catches fire. But here the reaction is spontaneous, the reaction is fast in case of calcium, but it is not so violent, less violently. Means the heat produced in this case is not sufficient to catch, means it does not let the hydrogen gas to catch fire. Okay. You understood? So in case of calcium, the hydrogen gas is produced and it does not burn. And it generally stick with the surface of the calcium. And this help the calcium to float over the surface. Okay, and it means the reaction is also spontaneous, means the hydrogen gas produced at faster rate. So it will continuously provide an upthrust, because like the rocket effect, if the hydrogen gas is produced at faster rate, so it will create an upthrust. So if this hydrogen gas is producing at faster rate, so it will provide an upthrust, and that help the calcium to float on the surface of water. Okay, you understood?
Yes, sir.
So which is the correct option for question number C? Sorry, 6.
3 and 4.
3 and 4. Less violently and bubble gas. 3 and 4 is the correct option. Okay. The properties of ionic compound is also being asked in the examinations. So let's do this one first. Question number 42. What should be the answer for question number 42? Are you getting? Question number 42. Is it
Yes,
on your
sir.
screen? Question number 42.
Yes.
Calcium.
Which one is the correct answer?
Sodium hydroxide.
Sodium hydroxides. Are you sure? Sodium hydroxide or calcium hydroxide? Which one is correct?
Calcium hydroxide.
Calcium hydroxide. Why calcium hydroxide?
Calcium
Why not
reacts with
sodium?
cold water.
Calcium react with cold water, but the sodium can also. I'm saying that calcium reacting with cold water, it does not means that it does not react with hot water. It can also react with hot water. If I'm saying that, but it will not react with ice. If I'm saying that sodium can react with, if I'm saying sodium can react with ice, so it means it can react with hot water. It can react with steam also. Okay. But if I'm saying that calcium react with cold water, it can react with steam also. It can react with hot water also, but cannot react with ice. So if the temperature increases, it will react. Okay. Got it? So, so sodium can also react with water, with cold water. It can react with hot water also.
Sodium's mass is 23.
And here the mass of is given as 40.
Like when
So
we
that's why
add
you know.
sodium hydroxide, we get 40 as the molar mass.
Yes, we will get 40 as the molar mass. Yes, you are correct. So if I'm saying here that here the question is given to you on the screen, and that was this question. This question. Okay, so if I'm having this metals when treated with this one, so you know that if it is XOH, it is not saying XOH whole twice. So XOH means it is NaOH or KOH. It can be either NaOH or KOH because they can react with, okay, cold water. Cold water means cold water. How many elements can react with cold water? Cold water. Sodium can react with cold water because it can react with isoc. Potassium can react with cold water, and calcium can react with cold water. Okay, magnesium cannot react with hot water. So it can be either NaOH, it can be either KOH, it can be, it can't be because the formula is KXOH, not XOH whole twice. So this is rejected. So only either it can be NaOH or KOH. So you know the molecular mass of Na is 23, and that of oxygen is 16, and that of hydrogen is 1. So when you add all these, you will get 40. But if you take this, the mass of KOH is 39, K is potassium is 39, then 16, then plus 1, you will get 56. So this is rejected. Only NaOH is the correct answer. Okay? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Identify the gas liberated.
Hydrogen.
Why? Sorry, what is why? Okay, metal X is Na, and okay, the basic salt form is NaOH, and Z is hydrogen gas. Okay. Try to read the question thoroughly. Okay, this will be very helpful for you. Okay. And alkali metals, A gives a compound B, that is, do question number 54. 54. A, B, C. Question number 54. Are you solving?
Is sodium.
A is sodium. Let's just
Sodium
others.
hydroxide.
Sodium hydroxide.
B is sodium hydroxide. A is sodium.
A is sodium.
B is sodium hydroxide. Okay, so if I'm saying this one, that this is of alkali metals, okay, it gives, if I'm saying this one, okay, alkali metals A gives a compound B of molecular mass 40. So molecular mass compound 40 is NaOH. Okay, on reacting with water. So if it is A, when react with water, it gives B. Okay, the compound B is soluble. Soluble, is a soluble compound. Compound B gives a soluble compound C on treatment with aluminum oxide. So it is important that when this compound B, whatever it is formed, when treated with aluminum oxide, NaOH, okay,
Sodium aluminate.
yes, sodium aluminate, Na2LO2, sodium aluminate will be formed. Sorry, we don't write to here too, because in sodium aluminate we have formula NaAlO2. NaAlO2, sodium aluminate plus water will be formed because this is base And this is metal oxide, which is also basic in nature, but here it is showing acidic behavior. Acidic behavior. Some metal oxide that show both acidic as well as basic behavior, they are called amphoteric oxides. So you can write here that A is Na. When it reacts with water, it will give you NaOH. And this compound is soluble in aluminum oxide. So when you react this NaOH with aluminum oxide, so this is formed. So I have teach you this property when bases react with metal oxides. We have studied this. So the question will come according to that you have studied. You need to keep in mind that the properties of metal with bases is very important. Properties of metals like zinc, lead, and aluminium, when they react with NaOH, only NaOH is a base. They gives a particular salt that we have written. That is sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2 plus hydrogen gas. Plus hydrogen gas, and this Na2PbO2. Na2PbO2, this is plus hydrogen gas, and similarly NaAlO2 plus hydrogen gas. Okay, this is sodium zincate. And if it is oxides, zinc oxide, lead oxide, Al2O3, then here from hydrogen, water will be formed. So this we have written previously. You can check in your copy. We have done this one. So if you are habitual of solving the questions, then you will be able to perform, or you are able to answer these questions more thoroughly, more easily. Okay, in a more appropriate manner. Okay, and these questions are increasing your skills. These are highly. You can simply say that in your examination, you are not going to get each and every question of that level. These are the standard level questions. When you are having a full knowledge of your chapter, when you have studied each and everything very thoroughly, then you are only able to answer these questions. Don't think these are the standard questions. Okay. These should be on your tips. Okay. And amphoteric oxides topic are important. Amphoteric oxide, what are amphoteric oxides? Okay. So you have to memorize this one. You have to learn this one. So these are the important things that we're going to discuss in the next. I have discussed in this class, and in the next class we'll discuss some other topics. So dear students, please note it down. 5 p.m. KSA timing, and Indian timing IST is international. It is 7:30 IST. Okay, this will be the revision class. The revision class. Okay, and from 7 p.m. KSA to 9:30 IST, it will be also your numerical solving class. Okay, numerical, like in lights or something, numerical solving, or it is also a type of class. Okay. Yes.
So the first
And
time
this,
is for revision class from tomorrow onward.
Yeah, it will be on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. It will be on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Please note it down in your copy. The syllabus means the timetable for this. This is a revision class, because we are just going to have a quick revision and fast revision that we have studied till. Okay, so this will be very important for us, because we have to. Yes.
Sir, I will be joining only on 7 p.m. 7 p.m. KSA time.
Why not at 5 p.m. KSA time?
I'm having max tuition that time.
On Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday?
Yes, so it's all day. Every day it's 5 p.m.
Every day is 5 p.m. Okay, so you need to look. We will manage something for you. Okay. So other students, please note this timing. This will be very important, because we are just going to have revision classes. Okay. I want you to score 100% marks in your exams this time. Okay, I'm very much dedicated. So please start learning, keep revising. Okay. And read the topic and study the topic again and again. Revise, keep revising every topic, okay, that you are studying, and keep more question practicing. Okay. So if you are doing that one, that is Means nobody is here to stop you. Okay. By the grace of Allah,